People always ask me, they're like, how did you get into real estate? And I'm like, honestly, it's the only job I've ever known. I've been doing this since I was 18. So it's like, it's the only thing I've ever known. Like, I have a very strong opinion.
That's why we have this pod for. You got to share the strong opinions.
Brentwood is on fire right now. This is Brentwood. You know, the coolest thing to happen to Brentwood was John and Vinny's, which is like to-go food. I think Kreation Juicery, I call it the Kreation Effect. Name me one tenant where you could literally have a Range Rover, a G-Wagon pull up, and like literally it's a mom or a kid walk out with like $200 worth of juice in like one hand on any given day basis based on any economy.
Right.
It's juice.
LA is beautiful. And that's why there's so many people here.
LA's amazing. LA's my favorite city on earth. In LA, we don't have as many turns of a table as like a lot of other major cities. So, and you have really crazy rents. And like, guys, we had a major fire. I think people are forgetting like we had a major fire.
Do you think there needs to be a correction?
I would love one, but it's just not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
But retail is very competitive right now, and real estate in general. Like almost every deal I've been a part of this year has had multiple offers.
The Kreation, the Irwan, what do you categorize that type of retail today? What do you call that?
Retail today.
Yeah,
that's retail today.
That's retail today.
That's retail today. I mean, that's an LA retail.
Yeah. All right, welcome to another episode of Deal Flow Friday. I'm your host, David Moghavem, and today we got Brandon Cohan from BCRE.
Pleasure.
Founder and CEO. I'm so proud of you for what you've started and the brand that you've built for yourself. You've been crushing it. You've become a household name in high street retail in LA and West LA, and I know that the market can be challenging at times, which we're going to discuss. But you've found a really nice niche and have dominated. And I'm really proud of you. I'm excited to have you on. You know, this visit in LA, you're actually my last pod in LA. And I guess, you know, best for last, we'll see. The audience will decide. But I think having you on is important. We talk a lot about multi here, but now we're going to talk retail. We're going to talk specifically about SoCal, about West LA, and also talk a little bit about your trajectory because, you know, you came from CBRE and now you're BCRE. And so that branding and that the accolades you've earned from power brokers on CoStar and building that brand has been incredible to watch. So thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Honestly, I love your show.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yes.
I love watching it on Instagram and on YouTube.
It was fun. When I first started, you were one of the first people reaching out saying, you're crushing it, keep it up, keep it up. And I think in the beginning, it's hard to start something. And you know better than anyone, BCRE, starting anything can be tough at first. But when you get that extra good work, keep it up, it helps, right? And then it's a grind. But then once you get the momentum going, it starts flowing. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the LA podcast is well needed.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know anyone that you do from New York or Miami.
Yeah.
So I'm like excited to see some familiar faces.
A lot of my friends are like, you need to get the LA people. A lot of my friends are like, you need to get Cohan. A lot of them were like, you need to get Cohan. We had ideas. We were floating ideas. So we went back to the basics and did it here in the studio. And you know, next time I visit LA, we'll do some more. So
looking forward.
Yeah. So, you know, I wanted to start, and this is someone I'm in the weeds in multi, but I see what's happening in LA. I see what's happening in retail. And what I'm finding is that it's tough doing business as, you know, a restaurant or with labor costs, and what you're seeing on data is in greater LA, MSA, you're seeing negative absorption, you're seeing higher vacancy rates. And I even looked in West LA, kind of looking at the numbers, and you're also seeing the same even in places like Beverly Hills, which have some of the highest rents per square foot. You're still seeing some softness, some vacancy. So I'd like to hear from you, boots on the ground. Is there more to the numbers? Is there opportunity behind the pain? Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing and what you're dealing with out there.
I mean, I think it's honestly, it depends like what part of town you're talking about. I have a saying, okay? And I think we're very lucky and blessed that we live in LA, because the one thing I love about LA is that within a 1 hour drive, you can cover almost like every facet, every vicinity, and see every demographic. You can go literally from Malibu and Palisades and see, unfortunately, what that has caused. And, you know, my heart's
big time. I just drove
from
there
the beginning of the year.
I just drove past there last week, and I was in shock. It still gives me the chills seeing what happened in the Palisades and Malibu. So,
you know, when you see that and you see your city go coming from that, and then you know, like we're in Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, and in Hollywood, and, you know, LA and Brentwood and West LA, and you see like daily life, it kind of just makes you wonder, and you're like, wait a second, like what for anyone who's really driven by, it gives you a pause. So it really makes you, first of all, appreciate everything that we have and how resilient of a city we are, and, you know, where we're going and what we were and what we can be. Mm-hmm. So I do think that there is a great future in this city, and that there's always ways to reinvent ourselves. Now, the one thing I will say is that, listen, there is tougher times, as you are saying. It's not that easy within any category of business that anyone is in. You know, whether it's tariffs, whether it's labor wages, you know, going up and hitting, you know, the restaurant industry, or whether the entertainment industry, which is our backbone of Los Angeles for many years growing up, completely evaporating within Los Angeles. So, you know, when you see these multi-factors, and this is all like, think about like a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year sample size from post-COVID affect the city's economy, that gives you an overall sense of where is Los Angeles as a top city in the United States. Where are we going with this? And I think it really personalized every neighborhood and made it very regional. And that's why I think that as far as I could speak, as far as retail or, you know, real estate wise, locally, it made regional areas stronger, and it kind of separated cities. So it made everyone look inward and work inward and see like what can they do on their infrastructure, and local politicians and local cities and municipalities work together to fix whatever they had to do inwards before working outside.
It's an interesting point, though, how you mentioned it, the stress from COVID and the rebound coming out of COVID has caused these pockets to reinvent themselves in their own way, it sounds like, where they're not just relying on the city as a whole, but they need to look within their own community and say, how can we recover? What are the best pockets you're seeing right now that are kind of the phoenix out of the ashes, that are really coming out and reinventing themselves?
I wouldn't say reinventing themselves, but, you know, I have very strong opinions that I'm always very like, you know.
That's why we have this pod for. You got to share the strong opinions.
You know, it's unfortunate to see that I think, you know, I hate to say it, but like, yes, like obviously Beverly Hills is amazing. West Hollywood is amazing. Brentwood is on fire right now. It's just, you know, we have an incoming Alo Yoga, you have Community Goods, you know, there's a new H-Wood Group restaurant opening, and, you know, Baltair is having a great renaissance, and the new Great White, La La Land is opening. I heard Layla's Bagels is opening a new restaurant there. Malou Coffee, just like out the gate, line out the door, like, you know, this is Brentwood. You know, the coolest thing to happen to Brentwood was John and Vinny's, which is like to-go food.
Yeah.
No offense, but like, you know, so I'm just kind of sitting here like.
So Brentwood's really reinventing themselves.
It's about time, you know, so it's like we're finally, you know, seeing that pocket of town. When you think about it, you have what? Starting home, $3 million, going up to what, $50 million homes. It's all families, it's all private schools, Brentwood, Archer, And it's like you see, it's off a main freeway path, 405. It's in gateway to the city. And it's like they never really had like a nightlife. They never had anything past 8 p.m. They never had any like really cool chains. And like they just started getting like Salt and Straw was like a new ice cream that came. So it made you wonder, it's like, how did that city for so long get overstepped and overlooked? And then Palisades Village, that's the pocket that, you know, Rick Caruso made that became like the new it town, but everywhere other city.
And just like, overlooked Brentwood and like that Brentwood. San Vicente corridor.
Yeah, and like what? Like Beverly
people
Hills.
in Brentwood that live there, if they knew.
Brentwood is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. If you live there, you're like, you know.
Brentwood's fantastic.
Yeah, but you're right.
Kreation Juicery is like holding it down since day one.
Yeah, yeah. And you work a lot with Kreation, right?
The best.
What are, I guess, how have tenants like Kreation done in reviving different streets in LA?
I think Kreation Juicery, I call it the Kreation Effect, is...
Yeah, good. Let's dive into that a little bit. What's the Kreation Effect?
I say this is like, name me one tenant where you could literally have a Range Rover or a G-Wagon pull up and like literally it's a mom or a kid walk out with like $200 worth of juice in like one hand, like on any given day basis based on any economy.
Right.
It's juice. It's literally like, you know, like that doesn't happen. And that's like constant. And like it brings vibrant people. It's fun. It's exciting. It's healthy. It's post-workout. It's post like, you know, brings kids. There's dogs. We're now, you know, Kreation now serves, you know, healthy organic dog food. So it's like a vibrant, like when you really think of real estate, you know, the old school mentality was I'm building this shopping center in, I don't know, God knows where, Midlands or whatever. And it's like, what am I bringing? Blockbuster. Okay.
That's dead.
I get it. So like now it's like I'm bringing a really cool coffee shop. So it's like, that's like kind of what Kreation does. So like, you know, we have 30 Kreations all over Los Angeles. And they did a great job of just bringing an excellent A+ product on a day in, day out business. And it's like all homegrown, privately owned. And you can get a fresh smoothie, you can get fresh food, and it's to go, and it's like best locations. So I tip my hat to, you know, their quality and just running it on a, you know, private scale business. It's not easy to do.
Right.
Especially with all these things you're hearing about with like the restaurant industry and being ran like that. You know, quality control is very important.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing, especially in LA, is just a shift to a healthier lifestyle. And I think that's what Kreation brings to these areas, that people are younger, they're more health conscious. If they're looking for a quick lunch or something that's healthy or juice, Kreation's their first choice. You have the grab and go section, you have the juices, and I think people want to now invest in retail with that type of demographic that are Gen Z or millennial, and Kreation kind of fits that bill.
I mean, that's what Erewhon is.
Yeah.
It's kind of, Erewhon's great. I mean, Erewhon's amazing.
The Kreation, the Erewhon, what do you categorize that type of retail today? What do you call that?
Retail today.
Yeah. That's retail
today.
That's retail today.
That's retail today. I mean, that's an LA retail.
Yeah.
Or in New York retail or in Miami retail. I don't know about like the rest of, you know, it's, yes, like I think like in Dallas, it's like that too. And like the world is following, but it's hard. You can't replicate that. Like, you know, and like middle America, it's a very niche market. I want to say it's like, you know, high-end retail. Yeah. So it's very, you know, it's hard. I mean, you're not going to see like these type of tenants all across the U.S. So it'll be like, you know, certain markets, you know, like there's only one Montecito, for example. Right. So Montecito is not in Alabama.
Yeah. So I know you don't play in that like big box mid-size space. Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, yeah. We brought REI to Marina Del Rey, 24,000 square feet.
Amazing. Okay.
You know, that was like during COVID. We had a brand new development off the water, 80,000 square foot shopping center. We did that too.
And I know that type of asset class is, I would say, struggling the most right now. And I think that's where you're really seeing the pain. What do we do? What do we do with that retail? Is that big box, mid-size retail functionally obsolete, or is there
church on Sundays?
Church on Sundays?
You have to go to church and pray.
Yeah, exactly. or Kenny saw on Saturdays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think it's not obsolete. What do you mean? I don't think it's obsolete. I think that like people still need those, boxes. I think it's like gyms. We just signed a Royal Personal Training gym in West Hollywood. It's 30,000 square feet. It's beautiful. Shaheen is amazing. It's on going to be on Lapeer in Melrose.
Okay, nice.
So you know where Great White is?
Yeah.
And Maxfield and James Purse and Craig's.
Yeah.
So the Lapeer Hotel right next door is going to be a 30,000 square feet health and wellness club.
Amazing.
I mean, like, so
I guess that's not like the big box or mid-size.
That was just a plug.
Yeah, but that was just a plug. That was a nice plug. Nice plug.
No, so how are you going to fit in a box? So basically, like, I would probably say is like, no, it's going to come back. I do think that if you ask me, that way of doing real estate is not necessary. I think that the way that we used to, or that people used to build buildings was like, yes, like costs was lower, land was cheaper. Like, it was like, okay, we could build it, we could do it, we could make it happen. And it's like, you don't need to do that now. Or it's like, it's too cost prohibitive.
Right.
Bigger is better, but like you can't do that now. So it's like you just have to downsize. What I think is like when you're talking about big box, it depends where.
Yeah.
Markets for sure. But like the Bed Bath & Beyonds and the Toys R Us, those concepts I think are not there anymore because I think Amazon just took, like when you really think about
obliterated that.
What do you think? Yeah. What are you going to go buy in a Bed Bath & Beyond you can't get off Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, look what happened to Rite Aid. Look what happened to Party City.
No, Rite Aid and CVS I think will be around.
Yeah.
But Party City's
I'm saying like Rite Aid closed. You're right. CVS's, I think they've carved out their niche.
Pharmacies you need.
Yeah.
The CV.
Yeah.
Like the
Rite Aid has they've just, I guess that's more company specific, but like they've just been closing down all their shops. And then I feel like Party City,
you can buy everything on Amazon.
So like and they used to take up so much space. Like I
don't even know how Papyrus is still in business.
So I guess like I always try to think like what are these, unless they're in good locations, like forget the good located ones, the secondary markets, the feeder market type of retail spaces, what are we going to do with those big boxes? And I guess what you're saying is there's still a function, you make them more lifestyle driven, more experiential.
Knock them down and build apartment buildings.
Yeah. And that's the second thing.
What do you mean knock them down? Adaptive reuse. I think this is a great
covered land play. Yeah.
This is a great time for that. It's a great time. There's so much, like they're always talking about the housing crisis.
Right.
Okay, so here you go do it.
Yeah. I had someone else on the pod who was investing in B class, C class malls, and I'm like, what are you doing? Adaptive reuse, this, that? He's like, no, it's actually a 16 cap. I'm like, wow, how? And I don't know. I think there's also a part where you think so contrarian that something is so devalued that you're like, listen, if I just get this, and this tenant in there, I'm at a double-digit yield and it's back to basics. It's not sexy. It's not something people want to invest in. It's probably not liquid to sell, but it's cash flow. Are you seeing any of that, or is that just really tough to do in this stage?
I mean, I'm seeing it. Actually, what I was going to say to you is actually a lot of my friends on the East Coast, and this is more on the high scale type, what they're doing with those centers is a little bit different. I wouldn't go as far as to say 16 caps unless they're like really mom and pop, like shopping centers and like markets and like more like
and this is like a tertiary market,
and like maybe if it's like a foreign market where it's like mom and pop ran and it's like not a like Ralph's type of market,
right?
But what people are doing on the East Coast, and I think what's the next wave is outdoor high-end shopping centers. So kind of like think for everyone listening or watching is like think Palisades Village, but in urban B places in the East Coast. So suburban markets, not near, but that still good areas, but not prime. Mm-hmm. So like, let's say for example, like, I don't know if you remember, have you been to New York, like that mall Manhasset, American Manhattan, with Cipollini and Hirschleifers?
No.
Okay. So think like Calabasas Commons. Have you been to Calabasas Commons?
No, I haven't. I don't really get to go to Calabasas much. Yeah.
Dude, your wife's in jewelry.
She is.
Okay, you got to
But in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. You got to learn.
Yeah.
So you got to think like these really nice kind of like outdoor malls that cater to these suburban that are in near major cities, but aren't in the major cities, but let's say 45-minute drives that have like these nice brands, but they're nearby.
Yeah.
And it might not be like the best brand, but it'll be a brand that sells those brands that are high end that are now going there. So let's say, for example, Lise Walker is at the Commons, or like brands like used to be there, but now the brand itself is going to open a store there. Like, let's say, for example, imagine like there was a shopping center and like, let's say Gucci was sold out of Fred Siegel, but now Gucci's now like, oh, I'll just open a store there now.
Yeah.
So now when you're seeing it's like those shopping centers, what they're doing in the all over the East Coast is they're buying these really shitty shopping centers and they're just turning them
with
into
affluent demographics. Yeah.
Somewhat.
Exactly.
And they're just really just making them completely nice, kicking out all the nastiness and just making it beautiful.
Yeah.
And then they're just doing their best to just make it like super cool.
I mean,
so that's what it's just going the complete opposite.
Extreme example of that is the Design District in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Like LVMH basically just bought like a bunch of shitty industrial and like teardowns and made it into rodeo on steroids, you know? So I think is that kind of like the concept, and like just doing it in near affluent demographics, but they don't have a destination just yet, and you're making it a destination. You're making it like destination retail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I first went to Miami Design District, this was 2016, 2017, it was like 2 streets.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
I don't even know if there was, like in
it was just a Chrome Heart store.
Yeah, that's why you were there.
Yeah, that was it. It was a Chrome Heart store, and it was Dave Grutman's coffee shop.
Right.
That sold matcha. That was it. And we literally went there. It was like me and my friends, and we literally just went there just to go to the Chrome Heart store and get matcha. And that was it. There was like 4 stores, and it was all furniture stores.
Right.
And then now you go there, and you're like, this is hats off. All the New York guys.
Yeah. So I would say, coming back to experiential retail, one concern I have kind of outside looking in is when you're in a downturn, I just feel like those aren't as resilient. The credit of the tenant not as good. Not like a Kreation, but I'm just saying like some of these other maybe startup experiential that is what retail is kind of hanging by a thread right now in LA somewhat. But I feel like in a downturn can be a little shaky. Are you seeing any of that? Do you think that's accurate, or what's like your sense of how some of these tenants are going to be in a down cycle?
I think the question is that like the really answer is like, do you think that business makes sense? Like, does it actually like go in today's world? Like, for example, okay, do you think all these Pilates concepts, like I feel like every day there's a new Pilates concept.
Right.
Where did this come from?
Right.
What happened to Soul Cycle?
Right.
Okay. Like,
that's my point, by the way, right?
Like I feel like there's so many things. So it's like, you got to ask yourself, like, look at office. Okay. There's so many empty offices. And it's like, so there's a shift. So like when you say about business, like I also think though that there's just also like a change in the market. Like I also think people are just getting older. I also think that it's like people are retiring. I think there's fresh blood coming in. Like, don't you see like there's so many more dentists coming out?
Right.
Okay. And like when you think about it, if you're going to go see a dentist, who do you want to go see? The guy who has this beautiful marketing on Instagram and this great office with like travertine, or like
the old school dentist that you dread. Yeah,
so
of course.
So I think like that's coming into effect. So I think that's like, so when you're saying is like, okay, like I think it's generational, has one thing to do with it.
Right.
I think that's one. And I think like business wise, in terms of the economy, I think, look, like I think we're really in for some tough times, because I've noticed that we are very blessed that where we live and the area that we're part of. But I could tell you when I travel and I go to like Middle America and other places, they don't live the lifestyle and the life and
99% of America doesn't live like the way
so you always
Beverly
have
Hills
to,
is.
So you have to always keep a hat on and be humble and always realize like, okay, like, you know, two different things. Something doesn't make sense. You know, when you have more renters than homeowners, when you have like home morning cross, like I really just think about it. Like, okay, like what are people coming out of college? What are they doing?
Yeah.
So when you say about businesses, and I don't know, this is going way off, like, you know, real estate, but you're just like,
sure, no,
okay, so cool. What do you,
ties in.
What do you, so how is like, and then you see like financials of certain businesses and like what they're doing. I feel like there's just a huge gap.
Yeah. And it goes back to what we were saying before is, are they going to have the disposable income for that Pilates class or that
they'll spend it on that.
You know what I mean? They're spending it now, but like when times really get tough, how are those businesses going to survive? And then to slap it on top, I'm sure you're feeling it in
Why are you
LA.
so depressing today?
Huh?
This is a very depressing interview.
I know. Okay.
What's going on?
Usually I go deep into
you go
depression.
really deep.
Yeah, I go really deep.
Like, you know, it's really sunny outside.
Yeah.
I'm hauling.
I mean, honestly, the best thing going for LA is like my wife and I have been here for.
You know, it's really good outside, by the way. It's really rosy.
It's beautiful.
I'm having the best year ever.
We've been in LA for 5 weeks, and if you're in anywhere else in America this time in, you know, August and like for 5 weeks, like in Miami, it's disgusting. And in New York, it's muggy. And, you know, all the places we go, like Colorado, Atlanta, it's like not nice. LA is beautiful. And that's why there's so many people here.
LA's amazing. LA's my favorite city on earth.
Yeah,
I was
really
telling someone that last night, and she's like, no, like,
oh, your mic. Yeah.
Oh, she's like, no, I love Miami. I love New York. I'm like, dude, LA's the sickest city on earth.
Yeah.
This place is great.
Yeah.
I love my LA. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
There's anything you want to do, you could do.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm biased because I grew up here.
No, it's true. And just living in Miami and living in other parts of the world, I see the benefits of just like being in LA, hiking and just enjoying. And I feel like people don't appreciate it when you're just here for so long. I know I got pretty dark with just like the retail, because retail, it is tough. Like higher labor costs right now is tough on restaurants, right? I just read an article that West Hollywood just closed its like 9th restaurant. Did you see that article?
Oh, Stella?
Yeah. I mean, and they put so much money, they put so much build out.
I mean, listen,
that restaurant should survive.
I don't know how big your podcast is.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, first of all, who opens a restaurant in the basement?
Okay.
Have you been there?
Yes, I've been there.
Who goes to a basement? I don't want to go to a basement.
Right.
Okay?
Isn't there multiple floors?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat in a basement.
Right.
Okay, 2, I don't want to cut
Wasn't Madeo there once upon a time?
That's different. That was a vibe.
Okay. So this wasn't a vibe. With all the money they spent on it.
Hey for pool.
Yeah. Hey for pool. Yeah, waste of money.
I should have saved them money.
Yeah.
And then also it's like you go to a restaurant, I don't want to cut scissors to eat pizza.
Yeah.
And their
a
alcohol,
good point.
And their alcohol wasn't Casamigos. It was like some off-brand.
Right.
It was like, it's our own tequila brand. I'm like, dude, what is this? And it was never Grey Goose. But yeah, I get it. Like,
so just bad decision making. Is that kind of what you're saying?
I'll tell you what the real reason is. Is like, listen, I think that restaurants in LA, I know this because I talk to, you know, obviously all the restaurateurs. It's very hard for them when you have the rising labor costs. It's not a fair argument because, dude, they deserve it. The employees, they deserve it. What do you mean? They deserve to get paid. Like they're working.
Both could be true though.
No, I know, but they deserve it. Like
sure.
it's like you should pay your employees. God bless them.
Right.
Like really, God bless them. They're the reason you're in business. They're the reason. Like there's a reason why. Like you exist is because of your employees. There's a reason your team. Like I'm nothing without, you know, my team and, you know, the people I'm around. I'm nothing without my clients. I really appreciate the people I work with.
Yeah.
I'm nothing without them. But I would say is that in LA, we don't have as many turns of a table as like a lot of other major cities. So, and you have really crazy rents. Like our rents are competing against like national brands on high locations.
Do you think there needs to be a correction?
I would love one, but it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
So,
I mean, I have landlords screaming on my phone all the time saying, hell no, kick him out. So it's not going to happen. But I think that it's just an interesting time, and I think it'll work itself out. I think we just had a mass exodus leave LA since COVID, and that's just all it is. We've just had a lot of people leave. We haven't had a lot of tourism come back, and like, guys, we had a major fire. I think people are forgetting, like, we had a major fire. So we had a major city go away.
These are fair points. I don't
think people are forgetting that, like, hello, do you guys not remember we used to go to Sunset Tower restaurants or be in LA? There used to be like celebrities every corner.
Yeah.
There were like, okay, like, who is it? Like your dry cleaner, your tailor, and all this in the movie industry. Wardrobe stylist, hairstylist, makeup artist. These were all people who, actors, waitress, server, writers. These were all people who contributed to the entertainment and restaurant industry. So you also took away a big, huge chunk of their seating class. So who are you serving to when you say like a West Hollywood Stella closed? Who is Stella serving to?
Yeah.
Who are you serving to? You're in prime West Hollywood on Beverly Boulevard. You took Medeo's old space and like the most expensive condo building in the city.
Right.
Top 10 condo city.
Yeah.
So who are you serving to? Beverly Hills, West Hollywood. I mean, you got to come correct.
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Then rework your deal with your developer. I don't have to tell you. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, everyone's there's nothing you could do.
So you attribute the, and I don't say
everyone's having this, and every restaurant is having issues.
Yeah.
Even the best of the best. It's really hard right now. There's like, it's just tough. There's just, think about it. Like, if you're in LA, nobody's traveling to LA right now this summer to hang out. Everyone's going out of town.
That's also what boggles my mind about LA. It's so beautiful. In
September is the highest
everyone is out of town.
September is the highest shopping season.
Right.
The best farmers market, September.
Yeah.
Highest shopping and bar season, September. But honestly, though, I forget everything you said during the beginning of this podcast. I actually give LA a lot of credit. Retail is very competitive right now, and real estate in general. Like almost every deal I've been a part of this year has had multiple offers.
So you're seeing things really ramp up.
It's been very cutthroat.
Yeah.
It's been very competitive, especially in the high end sector.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just constantly like you're just like out of nowhere, they're like, we got another offer. I'm like, who? The space has been vacant for 1 year. All of a sudden, you have another offer, and it's true.
Yeah.
And that's just like how it is. So, and there's a lot of brands coming from out of state, out of country. We're bringing Blank Street Coffee to Los Angeles.
Awesome, nice.
We're very excited about that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of competition. I mean, if you look at Rodeo, $400 million sale, that's absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy. And then you look at like Beverly Drive, Chanel signing Club Monaco. And then you look at like Canon. Like Canon Drive is a street like I really work heavily on. And, we have some really good things in the works there. But it's Restaurant Row. But it was historically a residential real estate office street, restaurants, mom and
Canon,
pop clothing.
Yeah.
Mom and pops. Clothing brands I've never heard before. Like, you know what I mean? There was like, it was like hair salons. And now you're getting like, okay, really cool restaurants, Bacio de Lace, and like James Purse.
Canon was always like the neighborhood street, right?
Yeah, but it's like.
But now
it's tough.
Yeah.
Like I leased out Bosch Thermador Gaggenau, 9,000 square foot, like West Coast showroom.
Yeah.
But when you really think about it, like it's a great location, but historically you never really think like that's where they need to be or want to be, but it fits.
Yeah.
But when you look at like Canon's makeup, it's much different than the rest of the streets in the Triangle. Bedford and Roxbury go to, more medical, and Camden is interesting. Camden, I think, is cool.
Camden's really having I had Paul Danishraud last week, and they own the Camden Wells Fargo building, and they just put Gravitas.
Tower?
They just put Gravitas on the ground floor of that Wells Fargo building.
So sick.
And yeah, I mean, Camden's really just having its renaissance. It's having its moment. Go Greek is just, right? Go Greek's on Camden?
Yeah. We just signed them on 3rd Street next to La La Land.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So now we're getting in the weeds a little bit. Talk to me a little, I lived on 3rd Street and I saw on its heyday pre-COVID, and then I saw it at its low during the riots and COVID. And right now it's kind of like in limbo to me. Like it's not as bad as what it was after COVID, but it's not as good as it was pre-COVID. So what is the momentum right now on 3rd? Do you see it getting back to where it was?
We're fully leased.
Yeah?
We're great. We're on top of the world. We have some amazing brands there.
Kreation's there too, right?
Kreation closed.
Oh, Kreation closed.
But that was by choice.
Okay.
We just no longer do the restaurants. Our lease was up, and it was a 2,400 square foot space, and it just wasn't. It's just too big for us.
Yeah.
So we just downsized. We have 2 locations already in Melrose Place, Melrose La Cienega, but La La Land's doing great.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of young people there. With all the Wiseman buildings, they attract a lot of younger demographic, and they just want to enjoy 3rd Street.
Yeah,
it's a great street.
Palms and Patties, this is opening, I think, like any month now. They're from the west side. It's like very healthy, like smash burgers. Carla Cafe is doing wonders.
Yeah, really good.
They're really good. Oh my God, they're doing burgers at night too?
I think I get Carla Cafe at least once a week since I've been here.
Yeah. And then the Kreation and the Cassie Club space were like in negotiations for, those are 2 restaurant spaces on the street. And then the entire project on West 3rd Street that I was doing, we've pretty much finished that. So everything's pretty much taken care of.
That Cassie Club should have survived, no? You don't think it should have survived? Do you think they made some wrong decisions there?
It was the owners of Elefante, and they just basically decided to just move towards west, towards like Santa Monica. And then most of their money and time is in Las Vegas.
Got it.
A lot of these restaurateurs, I'll tell you the truth, is like the big ones, they don't make money in LA. Because think about it this way, okay? Like like let's say for example, Tao Group.
Yeah.
Great guy. I love Jason. He's best guy ever. I'm Tao Group. Why would I open a restaurant and spend $20 million on a build out in LA when I can go open at like the Palm in like Las Vegas or like in Dubai and like build like a sick restaurant that they pay for, and all I have to do is like a management deal.
Yeah, it feels like the bells and whistles of restaurants doesn't really work in LA. Like people want good quality that doesn't really have like the whole bells and whistles.
What's the point? Like, yeah. To what? Struggle till everything your depressing list of everything we just went through for like an hour?
Yeah.
Where I could just go open in like a beautiful city like Miami.
Yeah.
And have a landlord pay for the whole thing, have Black Lion do the whole build out.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You should get him on your show.
Yeah?
Robert?
Yeah.
He'd be great.
Make it happen.
Okay, should I right now?
After the show. I wanted to also ask you, I don't know how much you work on like Robertson.
Yes.
What's going on there? Like what is...
It's great. It's fantastic.
Is it?
It's great. It's doing amazing. We just did
it just feels like it doesn't have the momentum that like a 3rd has.
Listen, I think
and they're pretty comparable, right? Wouldn't you compare the 2 or?
I think that new is good. Okay? What people have in their mind of what used to be and like try to get it back to that is not the correct way. Like everyone's like, oh, this
we
used
need it to be back to where it was. Yeah.
That's the wrong
mentality.
That's the wrong mentality. So like, let's say for example, like they're like, okay, Sweet Lady Jane. Sweet Lady Jane's a great cake. Don't get me wrong. It's a staple.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with showing up to Shabbat with a new cake from a new part of town. Yes, Sweet Lady Jane is great. But what I mean by that is like Robertson is great. It's not going to get back to like what it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago that everyone is dreaming about. But there's nothing wrong with it. You have tenants like Herman Miller on the street. James Purse is, doing fine. Armani Casa is there. The Ivy is still strong. I go there like once in a few months. We were just there for like family dinner recently.
You have your staples.
Yeah, so like Blue Bottle's still there. Sushi Tama, the owners of the taco stand guys, Julian Hakim, that restaurant is still standing. Was it Box Union is in the corner in that shopping center. that sushi restaurant from Japan, like it was a Hero Dreams of Sushi.
Yeah.
Is there. Alfred Coffee took over Le Pan, is doing great. I love Alfred Coffee.
For sure, of course. Alfred's
best.
amazing. I mean, they've done an incredible job.
Yeah.
They've done an incredible job.
So it's like, okay, like, what's wrong with that? Like, that's great. You don't need more than that. Okay, like, it's kind of like, I've always said, it's like, everyone says, like, what was the downfall of Robertson? And everyone's like blaming, like, oh, it was a landlord. It was this. I was like, well, actually, it's it's called Melrose, Robertson up there, Melrose Place, Beverly Hills, Beverly Center, The Grove. Like, what are you talking about? Just look around. Like, what you're talking about, they're like, oh, it's like, dude, like the whole city around it grew up. So like, I think that what people don't, like, I call it like I get frustrated when people allude to that and they're like, oh, like, is this going to happen like Robertson? And I'm like, that's a very short-minded answer because if it's like, dude, like every single brand is in Beverly Center. All the brands are in thing. It just happened that way. Like streets change, streets evolve. But there's nothing wrong with Robertson. Robertson is a great street. It's just a different street than what it is now.
Yeah. I like that approach because I think people are stuck in, oh, I remember when I walked by here 20 years ago and it was this and that, but it's now serving a different purpose. And people also live in different places.
Silver Lake.
Yeah.
Like Silver Lake, Echo Park.
Yeah.
I actually like spend time there. Echo Park is beautiful. Highland Park is sick. Oh
Very
my
sick.
God.
We used to own some multifamily there.
There's this coffee shop, Comet over Delphi, beautiful. Some restaurant there called Highly Likely, beautiful. I mean, a lot of intricate build-outs.
Do you do deals?
We do. Yeah. Not as much on the landlord side, but beautiful.
Yeah.
Just really beautiful.
What are some, just to kind of wrap things up, what are some other than, the WeHo Beverly Hills that we've been talking about ad nauseum, what are like these like emerging next Highland Parks, next Echo Parks that you're seeing in LA?
Oh no, I mean there's so many. There's like Studio City. I love Marina Del Rey. We do a lot in Marina Del Rey. Pasadena is great. Burbank is amazing. Toluca Lake I love. Toluca Lake is a beautiful neighborhood. Next to all the movie studios.
Yep.
So it's like every celebrity is always there. Manhattan Beach is amazing. I don't know. I mean, we just kind of like Malibu's great. We're now working like Northern Malibu, like Trancas Market's cool. Montecito I love. That's also like really becoming hot and heavy. And yeah, I don't know. We just everything just feels so interconnected. I know it just feels like Beverly Hills and West Hollywood, but it's not. Like we're doing a lot of deals on Hollywood, like right now on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Like we're doing like a 15,000 experiential like store on Hollywood Boulevard. We actually right now represent
Hollywood and what?
Hollywood, like on Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, okay, on Walk of Fame.
We're actually like represent 60,000 square feet on like few different buildings. So that's kind of like one thing like I like to do is once we come into a certain area of town is we just take over and try to take over market share.
Yeah.
My goal is I've always said this is I want to really become like the leader in market share and landlord side listings. And I believe so. I mean, our platform is amazing. My website is bar none the most easy to read, easy to use. And my team is fantastic.
Yeah, talk to me about your team. How long have you now had BCRE for? You started when?
4 years ago. Honestly, it's like people always ask me, they're like, how did you get into real estate? And I'm like, honestly, it's the only job I've ever known. I've been doing this since I was 18. So it's like it's the only thing I've ever known. Like I've never done anything else.
Right.
And I think like, what was it, like a year or two ago, I had like I was like, okay, like, I don't know if I want to do this like for the rest of my life. I was like, I don't know, I've never done anything else. Like it's not challenging. I'm not like, like I do developments and I do retail and it's like, it's fun, it's exciting and we do great at it. And I was just like, okay, like, and then I said like, I really want to kick it into high gear. So about like 2 years ago, or a year ago, I really pushed it and have an amazing team, Brandon Zarabi and Vida Bubani. And Brandon's great. He's an all-star. I think he's a true rising star, and he's like everything I can imagine and more. And I've taught him everything I could. And I think our company is like, I've been through the best companies and worked around the best people. And I think my clients are my best teachers and my best mentors. I mean, I work with the best developers who I think are the best leasing people, and you pick and choose who you want to work with and who are the best. And then you learn from them and you get their approach. And also we have the greatest network. I mean, like our marketing blast and my phone is probably the best database you can ever ask for in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it, there's everyone in there. So I'm very proud and honored and appreciative. I've always learned that it's very important of the connections you have and the relationships you have
100%.
with those people, because that's what's more important to me is like your relationship with people. Is like, if you need something from them and they need something from you, is that they can count on you. You know, like I know that and my friends know that whenever they need anything from me, or my clients or friends or business-wise, I don't expect anything in return. I'm just there for you to, I always believe of pay it forward. So I think like when it comes back to like our business model is, you know, we're just, you know, Brand, we're just there to offer our services. And I think we do great. I mean, I'm very pleased, I'm very happy, and I love seeing it grow. And I do think that 4 years ago, it was a pretty big step when, you know, I started my own firm and left CB, and it was pretty scary at the time, but I'm very happy I did. And I think that, you know, respectfully, we're doing, you know, the same numbers as everybody else at all these firms. And we're very proud and very honored. And I love all the co-brokers and all the brokers in the industry. Like, they're my best friends. I get so excited whenever I call them and see them. Like, I genuinely have relationships with them. I go to their events. Like, anytime any of my colleagues in the industry, like, I actually, it's not that I like to do business with them. Like, I like to just learn about their day-to-day.
Yeah,
just call them and say, like, how are you? Like, how's your kids? Like, how's your, like, life? Like business is second and, like, life is first. Because business is always going to come and go. Yeah,
I'm sure, you know, when you go to ICSC and you see all your colleagues, competitors, quote unquote, they're just like, it's not competition, it's friendliness. There's so much deals to go around, and it's just about trading notes, working together, and paths cross. And
I think you get to a certain point in life, you realize that, like, it's not like there's no, listen, when it comes to business and negotiating, I always say is like, I'm not here to lose, I'm here to win.
Yeah.
And when I say by here to win, I mean, like, I'm here to, like, you put the knife in and twist it. It's like, make sure it's dead.
Yeah.
Make sure the deal is yours and you close and you won. Make sure the money's in and it's signed. That's what I always say is like, is the money in? Is the deal signed? Then it's not a...
Job not finished.
It's not finished.
Yeah.
The knife isn't twisted.
Right.
It's like you put the knife in, but it's not twisted. So it's not dead.
Yeah.
So in business, when it comes like that, like, make sure the deal is done and it's finished. But in terms of, like, actually, like, relationships wise, like, no, like, we always... Like,
both can be true.
Yeah.
Both can be true.
We had a meeting yesterday and...
you could be a killer and also be, you know, talking about life and colleagues and trading notes and enjoying.
It was so funny. We had a meeting yesterday and it was like a huge meeting. And my client was like, Brandon, I'm not going to go, you go. It sends a better message if I don't come. I'm like, dude, are you okay? Sure. And so we go in and it's like the whole boardroom and it's like me, and they're like, where's your client? And I'm like, honestly, we just decided like, I'll just handle it. And he's like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm like, listen, would you rather have me throw you outside the window or him? Because I think I'll catch you and he'll throw you out.
Yeah.
So I think comes a time where it's like you plug and play, and those relationships come into effect.
Right. I guess last question to wrap it up. We went deep into kind of some of these restaurants that have struggled, and you gave a few comments. Grey Goose, they don't have Grey Goose, is that? But I think the reality is when you're putting a restaurant into one of your spaces, what's like advice you would give them to make sure that they're in a position to succeed?
Be part of the community. I think what people need to do, this whole exclusivity thing in LA, I hate people who act hard. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you know, that's not LA. This whole LA scene of like trying to, that's not LA. That's not LA.
You hit the nail on the head.
It's like, dude, I deal with like people who have done the craziest things in life, and yet they could sit down and like, I think, and that goes to show with like anything in the world, like you have to have a sense of humility. And I think that goes with business, that goes with restaurant industry, that goes with anything. If you want to be successful or go anywhere in life, I think you just have to have that mentality of like, have always an open hand, always have an open door, and that will take you a lot further in places and go. And I think that's why you see like a lot of these successful restaurants and places last long, and why you always see like, you know, like when you see these like small restaurants and they're like, why they've been around for so long, it's because they have such loyal customers that are like there and they come in on a daily basis or a weekly basis, or then their kids go and their generations go. That's what I think makes people and stories come alive. And I think that's kind of like my mantra in life is I just want to leave a story behind.
I think you hit the nail on the head, and that's what retail is today, to wrap it up, right? Is be a part of the community, be giving back to the community, especially in LA that have gone through such hard times with the fire and this. Like, people want to support those businesses that are ingrained and supporting the community back. It's a two-way street. And yeah, there is an ugly side to LA with the whole scene and this and exclusivity. And as two LA natives, we're not in that. And we see like where the real value and the real people are that you want to be around. They're not that. They're not there. So I really, that really resonated. So thank you for that. Cohan,
thanks for having me.
This was awesome. I'm glad we made it happen. Thanks again. And let's go out in beautiful LA sunny weather right now.
Perfect.
So, see you.
Love you.
Love you.